increasing because right now, if you have a college player that is ranked in the top 50 or so, I think those guys are capable of getting to like semifinals of futures. I think those guys are capable of like getting into like deep rounds of future levels. If you get a guy that is ranked in the top 50, you get a guy that is ranked in the top 10 in college, he really has a good shot of being like top 200 ATP. Like Steve Jones is 200 ATP. He can be top 200 ATP. So there's a lot. It's harder to get ranked in the top 100. And so once you get ranked in the top 200, I think you're a good player. And if you're inside the top 50, I think you can play about 500 ATP. Most of the players are foreign players. They're not U.S. players. And most of the players have just played a lot of junior tournaments, so they have a lot of experience. And they have started playing futures at a young age. So they start playing futures when they're 15 or 16. They get to college about 18 or 19. So they have 2-3 years of playing all these tournaments and all these matches. The NCAA is saying, hey, we want these kids to graduate. We want these kids to finish in a timely fashion. Yet, the schools, the ADs, are under a lot of pressure for these coaches to perform. And so, at the end of the day, they can say whatever they want, but I feel it's like, you know what? You better win. Because if you don't win, your ass is out. And so my personal mission is, I get these kids, I want them to grow up, I want them to become men, I want them to be good citizens, and I want them to get the best college experience they can possibly get. Even at the best schools, even at the best athletic programs. And then at the same time, you gotta teach them how to work hard, and then hopefully you get them to win.
Now, hey! The most important thing, regardless of how much you play, we love you very much. We love you very much, and that's important for you to know. On the good days and the bad days. Now, we like you more on the good days. But we do love you very much. And last thing, and I said this at the first of the week, I don't want this to be the best thing that's ever happened in your life. When you're 54, I don't want you to say, winning a football game is the best thing that ever happened in my life. You'll have it, and you'll be a champion for the rest of your life. You make sure that's one of the best sports things in your life, but you promise me, if you got enough about you to win a national championship, you got enough about you to be a great citizen and a great role model, a great father, and a great leader in your family. And that's what we're looking for when you get out here. That's what we want.
I think the people from this country are really not that interested in a sport that you rarely see on TV, and there is no money compared to the bigger sports like football or baseball or basketball. I think when a kid grows up here in this country, they start throwing a baseball or they start throwing a football, and they're just not. You never see tennis on TV. You see football on TV all the time. You see the NBA. You see basketball. So kids here do not grow up watching tennis. And so I just don't think it's they're not going to grow up and go to this and learn how to play the game. It's just not going to happen. So, and there's so much money involved. I remember, like, not even 10 years ago, college football. I mean, you see college football now during the fall season. You can watch a game almost every day of the week. I mean, there's a theory. I have a theory behind it. I think this country, in a way, is too big. And so you don't have, for example, other countries like in Europe where players are just in one place, and you might play with 20 different guys that are some much better than you, some the same, some worse, and some, you're playing against different players every day. And I think in this country, you have too many private coaches. I think there's too many country clubs where the players tell the coach what they want to do, and instead of the coach is telling the players what to do to get better because the other coaches doesn't want to lose their business.
I'm back. And forward. Very good.
His upbringing is a little bit different because his father was a tennis player. He has been trained at a very early age that he was going to be a professional tennis player. There were no other alternatives, no other avenues, that he was going to be a professional tennis player, period, end of the story. That kid has been winning since he's picked up a racket. So mentally, this kid, I know the kid pretty well by now because he comes over and practices here. He's very humble, but he is going on the court thinking not only that he's going to beat you, but he's going to destroy your ass. It doesn't matter who he's playing against. That's his mental attitude. And he goes about it, and he's a very hard worker, and he's very humble. You talk to the kid like you're talking to me right now, and, you know, he's a nice kid, but when he steps on the line, he's going to destroy your ass. He's thinking he's going to destroy your ass. So, yeah, he's got a great kid. He's got a great coach, too. Grant Doyle.
Some wonderful returns here.
Well, we had for a while some guys that were excellent tennis players, especially on clay. And then, all of a sudden, this kid shows up and he starts winning from the time he's like 16 years old. And not only in the junior level, he doesn't even play that much junior. He starts winning these futures and these challengers and these ATPs. And guys that were his role models, like Carlos Moya, all of a sudden, he starts kicking their asses. And so I think I've read his book. I don't know if you have. His uncle was really hardcore with him. And so I don't know the kid at all. I haven't spoken to the kid. But everybody that I speak about Rafa, they say he's a great guy. He's very low-key. He has all these fears. But on the court, he's amazing. I mean, he wins 8 times Monte Carlo. And see, I think the whole country of Spain is in such misery. We have 25% unemployment rate. We have no money. We have nothing. And all of a sudden, this kid comes around, and he's like bigger than the king. And so anytime, and the people in Spain are so proud of their country anyway. And so you have this guy that is winning all these tournaments, and then you have the soccer team that wins the European, and then they win the World Championship. So for them, it's like something good is happening. So it lifts their spirit.